Do you ever feel like your life is being wasted away? Most people out there feel completely lost and doomed. And then there are others who get some really good things going on, only to get distracted and catch big L's. Listen, I understand that life can be very difficult, and it's definitely not easy to find the right direction. But at the same time, I want you to know a little secret. If you waste your potential away, you are pathetic. Because a man that wastes his life away is no more than scum. Yep, that is exactly why. We will discuss this habits that change your life for the better. Okay, let's dive into this. Most people are basically living like a bot. They blindly follow what the system has told them and end up right in the rat race. Honestly, it's no wonder they feel doomed. The system, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, it was not designed to make you fulfill your inner potential. It's made to suck the life energy out of you and turn you into a bot. Now, to completely change your life, you actually need to think. What's really interesting about this is the four-step process to get there. First, sit down in a quiet room. Second, hide your phone. Literally put it away so it won't keep you distracted. Third, analyze your direction. Be a man. Sit down for a moment and think about everything going on in your life. Where will you end up if you continue to follow that path? Who is the person you want to become? And fourth, write it down. It sounds crazy, but if you just sit down and think deeply for a moment, you are already doing more than 80% of people out there. Seriously, after you're done thinking, don't just grab your phone instantly and get distracted. Like a little worm instead, grab a piece of paper or a journal and write down the important thoughts you just had. Because a goal without a plan is just a wish. Now that you've got a clear picture, you can start to work on a plan. You might think deep thinking is boring or a waste of time, but the greatest men in human history have always sat down with their own thoughts. You will get nowhere without using your head. But hold on, because here is the trap. Might seem contradictory to what I just said, but thinking too much actually leads to paralysis by analysis. Yes, it's extremely important to think things through, but so many people use thinking as a means of avoiding action. They only analyze, but are too cowardly to execute. The blunt advice here: don't be a dork that doesn't take action. Your thoughts should be turned into a reality. Action should always follow up after your thoughts. All right, curating your external world. So your internal mindset doesn't mean much if your external environment is constantly dragging you down. So drop the dead weight. Think about it this way: keeping dead weight, people around you, is literally like driving a car with the handbrake on. Most guys are surrounded by people that are happily mediocre, people that make nothing out of their lives, and are happy to drag you down with them. Don't be cocky and think you're the exception to this rule. If you're surrounded by dead weight losers, you are not going to get far in life. So the crucial point is figuring out how this actually happens. In everyday life, it's the little things people in your circle do and say. Things like, you work too hard, or why do you go to the gym so much? These might seem innocent, right? But it's a psychological way of stopping your momentum. It's literally a spell being casted on you that will slow you down. You have to be ruthless with people that cast limiting spells on you. The moment people make a joke about your goals or advise you to stop working so hard, tell them you don't want to hear them speak like that ever again. If the people around you don't cheer you on or help you grow, the very least they can do is shut up and don't say anything to steer you off course. This ties perfectly into optimizing your environment. Your surroundings dictate your natural outcomes. For example, if you're living in Thailand near Muay Thai gyms, training daily becomes easy. If you're in a business hub surrounded by entrepreneurs, making money becomes easier. Setting up your surroundings makes practicing better habits automatic. Leaving your hometown comfort zone might be uncomfortable at first, but it is a massive game changer. Let's shift gears to building relentless momentum. Is a pretty harsh reality to accept. Life always goes on. The world never pauses to wait for you. Even if you're sad, depressed, broke, or lying in the hospital with both your legs amputated. Life always goes on. And if you don't move with it and achieve what you want, you'll get left behind. So, no matter what you're going through, always make a daily, consistent effort towards actualizing your goals. So, what exactly fuels that daily effort? That's gratitude. I always say gratitude is powerful, but people never really understand what I mean. Gratitude isn't just something that makes you feel good, it's much more than that. Listen, as long as I can move, I cannot get out of shape. Because it's ungrateful to trash my body, I'll always make sure to stay physically strong and fit out of sheer gratitude. And you need to be aggressively grateful. Try to truly be grateful from your heart. Think about what you are gifted with, the opportunities around you, your healthy mind and body. And now understand that it's extremely ungrateful to disregard those blessings and waste your life away. You should be aggressively grateful, eager to repay your blessings with hard work every single day. Finally, we arrive at financing your future. This brings us to the final habit, which is all about tangibly leveling up in the real world by building a healthy relationship with money. Avoiding or hating on wealth is often just a coping mechanism for a lack of understanding money is a system, and you need to take the time to understand how it works. Developing critical financial literacy is an absolute necessity if you want to genuinely level up in life. So there you have it. We've mapped out the habits to completely transform your trajectory. My question for you right now is, which of the habits will you implement today? Remember, just sitting there knowing this stuff is analysis paralysis. Executing is what actually changes your life. Your potential is sitting right there waiting for you. So don't be pathetic and let it go to waste. Get out there, start deep thinking, drop the dead weight, and take some massive action. Thanks so much for tuning into Clarity, and I'll catch you next time.